Solutions to variable equations. Quite often in graphing, we have an ordered pair and we want to know, is that a solution for a linear equation? And we're going to look at what a solution is. So a solution is an ordered pair, which is an x and a y value. Remember, an ordered pair is written with parentheses and a comma where we have the x first, then the y. And we're looking for ordered pair that work in an equation are called solutions. So if we have an x and a y value that we can plug into an equation and get a true statement, then we know they're solutions. And a solution in ordered pair, we could make a t-table that we could graph and plot these points and they would make a line. But today we're just going to look basically at, can we tell if an ordered pair is a solution to a given equation? So let's look at an example where we just have an equation. Our directions say which ordered pair is a solution of the equation. And we have the linear equation y equals negative 3x minus 4. And then we want to know, does negative 2, 4 work? Does negative 3, 5 work? Do they both work, or do neither work? So let's take the first one we have. Let's just look at negative 2, 4. Remember, our ordered pair is an x value and a y value. So first I need to identify that the negative 2 is x and 4 is y. So if I take the equation given, I'm going to replace where the x is, I'm going to put negative 2, and where the y is, I'm going to put 4. So I have 4 equal to negative 3 times negative 2 minus 4. Now, if this is a true solution, when I work out and solve both sides, I'll get a true statement. If the point does not work, I'll get a false statement. So let's go ahead and work out our numbers. On the right side, we have negative 3 times negative 2. Negative times a negative is positive, so I get positive 6. And 6 minus 4 is 2. So both sides are not equal. 4 does not equal 2. So what does that mean? That means that negative 2, 4 is not a solution. So my first ordered pair didn't work. All right, let's check that second ordered pair, because just because the first one doesn't work doesn't mean the second one won't. So let's try negative 3, 5. The x value is the negative 3. The y value is 5. We're using that same equation, y equals negative 3x minus 4. Put in negative 3 for x. Put in 5 for y. Now, we just need to work out, using our order of operations, PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Do we multiply first or subtract? We multiply first. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. And so 5 does equal 5. So this ordered pair is a solution. We'll put a little smiley face, a little check. We'll mark, yay, we're happy we found a point that worked. Negative 3, 5 is a solution to the equation y equals negative 3x minus 4. So what does that mean for my answer choices A, B, C, D? Well, negative 3, 5 is the only point that worked. So we'll circle B. All right, let's look at a new example. Same directions. Which ordered pair is a solution of the equation? And we have the equation y equals negative 3x plus 1. And we're looking at 2 points, negative 2, 13, negative 1, 7. And we want to know, do one of those points work, do both work, or do neither work? All right, so the way to find this out is to plug our ordered pair in, our x and y values. So let's just pick, let's start with negative 2, 13. Put negative 2 in for x and 13 for y into our equation. So we have 13 equals negative 6 times negative 2 plus 1. And whenever I substitute in, putting it in parentheses is always a good idea, unless, of course, it's like the 13 where it's the only thing on that side. So negative 6 times negative 2 is 12. And 12 plus 1 is 13. So happy face. That point worked great. So one solution is negative 2, 13. And let's check our second point. The other point they gave us was negative 1, 7. And we want to see, is that a solution? So let's plug in negative 1 for x and put in 7 for y. We're going to use substitution, put those in. So I have 7 equals negative 6 times negative 1 plus 1. Order of operations says we're going to multiply first. So negative 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. And 6 plus 1 is 7. So look at this one. We have 2 smiley faces. We have 2 answers that work, or 2 solutions to the linear equation. So both negative 2, 13 and negative 1, 7 are both solutions. All right, one more example. Which ordered pair is the solution of the equation 3x minus y equals 13? We have 0.65 and 3, negative 4. So 6, 5, the x is the 6, the y is 5. So I'm going to substitute in 6 for x, 5 for y. Then I'm going to work out each side. So I have 3 times 6 is 18. 18 minus 5 is 13. 13 equals 13. So 6, 5 is a good solution. Try our second point, 3, negative 4. Put in 3 for x and put in negative 4 for y. So I have 3 times 3 minus negative 4. Don't try to do any operations. Just try to get everything substituted in correctly, and then we can work things out. So I know if some of you guys want to jump right to plus 4, but give it a minute, substitute in cleanly, write one more step, because some of you guys tend to do too many steps at a time. Write them down. Let's just write them down, take it one piece at a time. So 3 times 3 is 9, minus negative 4 is plus 4. 13 equals 13. So this one is also a solution. So in this case, both 6, 5, and 3, negative 4 worked great. All right, I think you guys are ready to try one on your own. So pause the video here and determine which solution is correct. All right, welcome back, everybody. So we have 2 points to try. We have 2, 4, and 3, 6. So the 2, let's start with 2, 4. The x is 2, the y is 4. So I have 7 times 2 minus 5 equals 4 times 4 minus 6. 7 times 2 is 14. 4 times 4 is 16. 14 minus 5 is 9. 16 minus 6 is 10. So 9 does not equal 10. So 2, 4, not a good solution. Let's try our other point. Our other point was 3, 6. 3 for the x, 6 for the y. So replace or substitute in 3 for x. Substitute in 6 for y. Then we can work this out. 7 times 3 is 21. 4 times 6 is 24. 21 minus 5 is 16. And 24 minus 6 is 18. So 16 does not equal 18. So in this case, neither one of these points are solutions to the linear equation. All right, let's look at a slightly different problem. We have y equals negative 2x plus 4, and we want to complete the missing value in the solution to the equation. So they gave us an ordered pair, and we have a blank comma 2. So first I have to decide, am I missing the x or am I missing the y? Well, an ordered pair is x comma y. So they gave us a y value of 2. We're actually missing the x. So when I want to substitute into my equation, the 2 needs to go in for the y. So y is 2. I take my same equation, and this time I replace the y with 2, and I need to solve for x. I need to isolate x on one side by itself. So first, to get negative 2x by itself, I'm going to subtract 4 from each side. That will get the negative 2x term on the right side by itself, and on the left side, 2 minus 4 is negative 2. And then my last step is to undo what's being done to x. X is being multiplied by negative 2. If I divide both sides by negative 2, I get x equals 1. So my ordered pair, for that blank, I'm going to fill in 1, comma 2. So my missing x value was 1. So I hope that helps you guys find solutions to 2 variable equations. Have a great day.